Welcome back to the New England Golf Radio Show. I am JJ Truman. We got Chris Arkin behind the board. Once again, another fabulous beat for us on a Sunday morning. Chris, what is this?
This is Nas. Just made you look by Nas.
There you go. Chris is just... If you don't know, Chris was a DJ, still a DJ maybe in his free time. Who knows what he does, but just
not a radio DJ, not like a club DJ.
Yeah, radio DJ. Just
not
kicking
coordinated
beats.
enough for that.
Just kicking beats. Doesn't spin the ones and twos, but kicking beats for us on a Sunday morning. We have Nick MacDonald, New Hampshire Amateur finalist, New Hampshire Amateur winner last year on the phone. Nick, how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing great. How you guys doing?
We are doing well, man. We are just watching the British. Chris is going to drop a little update for us here. I tell you right now, I don't know if you picked Phil to win it, but Phil has got it rolling right now. So Chris will give us a little update. Chris, what's going on?
There's
in the
no
British?
way he picked Phil to win. Nobody picked Phil to win.
We'll ask him. We'll see what he says. We'll see what he says.
We got Phil and Darren Clark tied for the lead right now, both 5 under. Phil is through 8. Darren Clark is through 6. Right after that is Thomas Bjorn from Denmark, who is -2 through 6. Ricky Fowler and Dustin Johnson are also tied for third, -2 through 6. Anthony Kim is -1 through 7. And Rafael Jacqueline, Chad Campbell, and Davis Love III are all tied for 7th right now. Sergio Garcia, who just jumped up a little, he's +2. And tied for 10th on 18, so he's done.
And Rory is +6. They got him on TV right now, a guy that I said would finish in the top 5, which that's not going to happen. But anyway, let's get back to Nick. We got Nick MacDonald on the phone, New Hampshire Amateur runner-up this year, the champion last year. You and DJ Lance are driving somewhere right now. I know you drove the cart yesterday, Nick. Is DJ driving you today, or are you driving this morning?
DJ's driving today. My car is a little unpredictable right now, so... We're taking his car down to Rhode Island. He's packing up right now. I'm just waiting for him.
Oh, you're waiting for him. So is he typically on time, or are you the late one of the two?
I'm typically on time. DJ is he's a little slow sometimes.
That'll happen. And that was nice of you to call your car unpredictable. I like that. I certainly like that comment there. My car's a little...
that's a nice way to put it, I guess. I could use a couple other words. But.
Yeah. My car's a little unpredictable. So where are you guys headed this morning? I know you said you're going to play a practice round somewhere in Rhode Island. Where are you guys going to?
It's right outside of Providence, Rhode Island, Metacomet Country Club. I hear it's a real nice club, so it'll be nice to get down there today and play it. And
now you're playing a practice round. What are you getting ready for? What are you guys playing in this week coming up?
Yeah, New England Am starts on Monday. It's Monday, Tuesday, then there's a cut, and then 36 holes on Wednesday.
Nice. So you guys are going to go down, get the lay of the land. Now, what are you guys doing at practice round typically? Get the laser out, hit a few balls, figure out what clubs you're going to hit off tees, all sorts of things like that?
Yeah, I mean, basically during a practice round, you're going out there, you're seeing what clubs you're going to have to tease. Where your spots are missing off the tees, how far you have those spots, and then you look at the greens, around the greens, and how the greens play, and where you can't miss it and where you can miss it.
Now, do you get the card and just annotate that thing to death? I mean, do you draw pictures of the greens, or do you typically memorize this stuff? Or what do? You write it down, or you're a memorize kind of guy?
I'm fortunate because I have a photographic memory kind of, so I can see greens and remember what they look like for the most part. After seeing them once, maybe twice.
Right, and I could tell that you were really comfortable on the greens at Nashua all week. As you know, I was there. I mean, you saw me following you for most of the week. You looked really comfortable on those greens. I didn't see you checking the scorecard, so I was kind of guessing that you would be memorizing those. Does DJ write it down, or is he a guy that memorizes as well?
No, he's kind of the same way. He just looks at them. I mean, a lot of it's feel, too.
We are on the phone.
During the State Am, you're just looking at the flagstick because we're playing the holes and then sand wedges in, so.
Yeah, absolutely. You bombed it all over that place. And DJ Lance, a guy from Lake Sunapee Country Club who took James Pleat, pushed him to the limit, the number 1 seed, almost beat him, lost to him one down, and then Pleat, a guy that you took out in the afternoon. So talk about the State Am. I was over there all week, Nashua Country Club. You came in second. Certainly a great performance by you. Talk about your mindset going into that. You hit driver all over that place, had a lot of wedges into greens. What was your mindset? What was your game plan going into the week?
That was my game plan. You know, I played out there once a couple weeks before practice round, and you know, everybody said how short the course was, and you'd be laying up everywhere. And I got out there, and you know, as you saw when you were out there, you could hit driver if you wanted to. There were a couple holes where you had to hit a good driver, but for the most part, you could hit driver and just pick the side of the hole that you wanted to air your miss on, based on where the pin was, and you could pound driver everywhere and try to get it up and down with wedges.
Yeah, and you hit a lot of wedges. I was saying to people that we were walking with, you must have been going to the range to practice your long irons because you probably didn't pull anything out besides a wedge and a driver for most of the week.
No, mostly wedge and driver. And I mean, the par threes were the only holes really where you weren't hitting a wedge or a driver.
Right. And Nick MacDonald on the phone, New Hampshire amateur runner-up, was hitting driver all over the place, did a great job, had a great performance. Now talk about the morning round on Saturday, yesterday. You went 3 down early to Jim Silly, the eventual winner. What was your mindset after you went 3 down?
It wasn't any different. I knew it was going to be a long day. It was very uncharacteristic of how I played that week to start the way I did. But, it happens, and you got to roll with it. And you know that if you can just hang in there, and you just mentally can't let it take its toll on you, because that's when it starts to go real bad. As long as you can, hang in there, keep plugging away, you'll grind back, you'll get back there, and which I did. But it's a long week, and you're not going to play your best golf every day, and that's just how it works. You just got to play better than that guy that day.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It is a long week. Now, the format is, if you guys out there don't know, these guys come in on Monday, Tuesday, play stroke play, then they go match play on Wednesday, then they play 2 matches Thursday, 2 matches Friday, and then you guys played 36 on Saturday. Now, I am addicted to golf. I have an issue with it. I was hanging out at Nashville Country Club having a great time, but that's a lot of golf, man. That's got to take a toll on you guys. Even though you're riding in a cart, that's a lot of golf. Would you agree?
It is a lot of golf, but it also depends on how well you're playing and how you mentally cope with that many holes. And if you're able to think just on the shot before you hit it and let it go right after you hit it, and not think about the next shot until you get up to it, it takes a lot less of a toll on it than somebody that's thinking about every shot the whole time they're on the course.
Yeah, and that's something that I do. I could see you letting the shot go. I certainly would be thinking about the shot that I hit afterwards.
Key example, I dunked in the water twice on 9 in the second round, and I hit in the water the first time, grabbed another ball, hit in the water again, and went to the next tee, and that hole was over with.
Yeah, no, and that was really mature and a veteran move by you, certainly, to kind of just let that go. As you lost the 9th, as you said, dunked 2 in the water, you go to the 10th, you win that hole. Talk about the tee shot at the 10th, and what club did you hit into that green?
That's not an easy hole. That's not a big green for the long iron. I was hitting a 4-iron in. I'm guessing Jim was probably hitting a 3-iron.
Yeah.
He had a hybrid in the morning. It's a tough green. You got to pick the side of the green you're gonna miss it on, and if you can hit that green, it was a lot easier where we played it the first 2 days. But when you're hitting a 4-iron into that green, it's a tough green anyways. It's a tough hole. A par is a good score on that hole. Yeah,
no, absolutely. A really tough green. And I actually had the chance to play Nashua the Saturday before, and I hit hybrid up on the right side on one of those bunkers, and I had no chance. I mean, I made 4, and I felt really, really good about it. And you guys hitting 4-iron and 3 hybrid, as Jim hit in there, certainly takes a little bit of pressure off you, but a really tough hole. But a hole that you seemed to play really well. It seemed like 10, 11 were holes that you really played well throughout the week. Are those your favorite holes on the course, or was there another one that you really liked?
Those were... I can't say they were my favorite holes. I liked 9 and 10 throughout the week. I liked all the par 3s throughout the week, basically because you're not hitting the sand wedge on those holes, and I felt like that helps me out a little bit because I'm a pretty good player with all my irons. But no, I played those holes well for the most part this week and won a lot of those holes. So.
Yeah, no, definitely an advantage for you with your length. A lot of guys, as you said, Jim had to hit some hybrid clubs in there. Other guys hitting hybrids. Some guys even hitting 3-woods when you played meal cars earlier on. I know he hit 3-wood in there, and you're hitting 4-iron. So certainly works to your advantage when you play those. Now talk to me about the 17th hole. The morning yesterday, you hit an unbelievable driver to about 40 feet, 2-putted for your birdie. Talk to me about your decision to hit driver on that hole throughout the day yesterday.
That was the decision basically during my practice round. I looked at that hole. I said, I can hit driver. I'm either going to be in this bunker, that bunker, or a little right of the green. There's more room up there than it looks like. And I hit my driver for the most part pretty straight. So I had already chose. I hit driver every time I played that hole.
Yeah, no, and you did hit it pretty straight. And as I said, you hit one on the green, and then in the afternoon you hit it just short of the green. Hit a pretty good chip, gave yourself a chance for birdie. So definitely a hole that you took advantage of. It was nice to see you be aggressive there. I think certainly your opponents were like, wow, I'm going to hit 6-iron, and they see you pull out the driver, and they're thinking, what is he doing? What is he thinking about? But seemed to work out for you. Now, you parred the 17th or have the 17th. You go into the 18th, 1 down with Jim Silly yesterday. Talk to me about your game plan on the 18th. I know you hit an iron on that tee. Just tell me a little bit about your mindset going into that 1 down, 1 to play.
Well, I knew I had to make a birdie. my mindset was where that pin was. The pin was kind of tucked on the left over there in a little pocket on the left middle of the green. And I knew that if you hit a driver down there left, you weren't going to have a shot at the flag. You wouldn't be able to stop it near it. So just like I did in the morning, I hit an iron out there, so I'd have a full pitching wedge into that green. And unfortunately, I didn't draw it over that pin, which left me a longer putt than I'd wanted to have. But, you know, the important part was, just like on 17, I hit a good tee shot. I hit a good second shot. Not a great second shot, but a good second shot. And I gave myself a putt for birdie. And the big error would have been hitting something and not having a putt for birdie to keep the match going.
Yeah, and it was a big-time veteran move by you to stick to your game plan, pull out the iron, hit it down the middle, put the pressure on Silly. He actually pulled his tee shot a little bit, and we'll talk about that in the next segment with him. But and then hit the green and really put the pressure on him and make him hit a good shot. So we know you're going down to Rhode Island to play your practice round. What's the deal? When are you going to turn pro?
When am I going to turn pro? I have no plans of that right now.
No plans of turning pro at all?
I'm playing the tournaments right now this summer and trying to play good golf and focusing on golf right now and playing well.
Excellent, excellent. And if you don't know, Nick won last year's New Hampshire Amateur, went out to Bandon Dues, won a match out there, almost made it to Golf Channel. Would have loved to see you on Golf Channel. That would have been great. One of my hometown guys. I'm actually from Lebanon, New Hampshire as well, Nick. So we got a little hometown lineage there you probably didn't know about. But Leb High all the way. Would have loved to see you on the Golf Channel. Had a great New Hampshire Amateur, Nick MacDonald. Thank you so much for being on the air. Give us your British Open winner, and then we'll let you go. I know you guys got to get in the car and get rolling.
You know, honestly, I haven't had enough time to watch the British Open, but I just want to congratulate Jim Silly again because he played great yesterday and he deserves it.
Excellent. Thanks, Nick. Thanks for joining us. You and DJ have a great round. We'll certainly love to have you back on the show at some point throughout the summer. We'll keep up with you. Thanks again for coming on.
Great. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. That was Nick MacDonald, New Hampshire AM runner-up, last year's winner. Great guy. As I said, Lebanon native, man. We got some lineage there that nobody probably knew about. Really, really good player, 22 years old, got a lot of talent. Going to be unbelievable. When we come back, we're going to have the winner, Jim Silly from Beaver Meadow Golf Club on. We'll talk to him about his victory. He played great yesterday, and we'll see what his mindset was going into the tournament right here on WJM.
Well, don't just stand there. Go get some glue.
Hey, my buddy, Swanson, full steam ahead, over there. I want to go over there.